Hi, I'm Nicole Rollender, Director of Education for ASI and Stitch's editor. I'm joined here by Ed Levy, who's the owner of Digitize For You. Hey, Ed.
Hi, Nicole.
So Ed just presented a new session in the Wearables University track, Ed's Top Decoration Techniques Decoded, and Ed was pointing out that direct-to-garment printing is one of those hot technologies to watch. It's still in its infancy a little bit, but it's gaining popularity. And one thing that you said that really struck me was that a lot of decorators who start off with embroidery or screen printing and then get a direct-to-garment printer say, wow, I wish I started with that because the learning curve was so small. So I was wondering if you could just tell us a little bit about the pros and cons of direct-to-garment printing and show us what you've got here.
Okay, great. So the pros of direct-to-garment printing, in fact, I should get back to you, sorry. Okay, so the pros of direct-to-garment printing are the ease of print and also the lack of setup. For example, taking a look at this garment, I was actually at a seminar last week, and I went out to the lobby of the hotel, and I found this silk floral arrangement. I took a picture with the camera, brought it into the computer, and within minutes later, the print was on the shirt. No films, no screen charges, no setup whatsoever. And that's one of the things that attracts the embroiderer in today's market, is that you don't have all the variables associated with embroidery, such as the push and pull of the material. In fact, specific materials, for example, like a rib material that would often give screen printing a little bit of a challenge because the ink doesn't flow into the grooves, actually lays perfectly flat on a rib material because the ink from the printer shoots the ink onto the garment rather than being applied over top of it. Also, when the machines first came out, vibrancy was an issue. You tended to get a dull, washed-out look with a direct-to-garment print. With advancements in technology, you can get very vibrant prints, and one of the appealing factors for the direct-to-garment is the fact that you can do a very low quantity in a fast amount of time without all the setup involved in a screen print. So, for example, a family reunion that needs a dozen shirts with a multicolor logo won't have all the expense associated of the screen charges, film charges, etc., and the apparel decorator won't have all the headaches associated with doing such an extensive setup for a small run.
And a couple other quick things. So it's easy to print on lights and whites, but it's a little bit harder on darker colored garments.
Dark garments presents a challenge. There are printers that will print on darks. However, the material needs to be pre-treated, because what happens is the direct-to-garment ink is a water-based ink, and it just disappears into the dark color. So we need a treatment that goes down on top of the shirt first, and then the other colors are laid down. Now, that significantly increases the amount of time that it takes to produce a garment. Also, since you're using white ink now at this stage, white ink is much thicker than a traditional color, and it can clog the heads, and you create other maintenance issues. But it's definitely something to watch out for. I see direct-to-garment being the technology to watch out for. I see dark garments in a few years being the standard rather than the exception.
All right, that's great. Thanks a lot for joining us at this.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
And thanks a lot for watching. You're watching ASI TV.